So this Saturday in Manchester, there will be a world title fight when Amir defends his WBA Light-Welterweight title against Derry's unbeaten Paul McCloskey. This fight week has taken on a surreal edge because Sky and the promoters, that would be the Khans, fell out of bed rather dramatically. The fight was scheduled to be on Sky pay-per-view, then it was rumoured to be on Sky Sports 3. However, on Sunday, that's last weekend, it was switched to prime time. They do a lot of good fights, trust me, prime time. Now, there are rumours that Amir has been forced to take £1 million drop in pay. Now, these rumours have not been denied, but they have been laughed off, included by Oscar De La Hoya. It's been a hectic and entertaining few days and nights in Manchester, watching and listening to this drama unfold. Now, Khan insists that he is fully focused on the McCloskey fight.
We're just going to be ready regardless, you know. We will be ready on the 16th of April, and, you know, I know there's a lot going on and about the TV and this and that, but to be honest with you, I'm focused on my job. My job is to go into the fight and win, and not only win, but win in a good style. And a lot of people are thinking, you know, I was overlooking this fight because I was looking at fights like Bradley and stuff. I wasn't really. Not once I thought about fighting Bradley like and overlooking McCloskey. McCloskey is a tough guy. We know he's going to come to win. We know he wants to win, and, you know, that's about it, really. You know, we taking this fight seriously because in my career I can't afford to lose. I've had a defeat in my career and I've tasted it and I know how it feels. Well, McCloskey doesn't know what defeat feels. He's going to come to the fight confident, but, yeah, I think he'll still fall short. There's levels in boxing. I mean, world level, you got European level, and you got domestic level. Paul McCloskey is European level. I think, you know, he's a good European level. World class level, I think, you know, he's in the top 10 in the world, but I think being in the same ring as me, I think he's you know, barking up the wrong tree, really, because I really think he's going to be a tough fight for him, and he's going to have his hands full. You know, he thinks he's done all his homework. You have to remember, when I fight, every fight I fight differently. I mean, I'm never the same. I never do the same things. Mistakes we're always working on. Me and Freddie work on my own mistakes to, you know, get them right, and so in the fight we don't make them. But, you know, time will tell. See how everything goes. But like I said, one thing, there's levels in boxing, and the European level doesn't match the world level, and I class myself as a world level. And, you know, I also saw the fight against Maidana versus Morales. If they want to go with the Maidana that I fought Morales against, and when I fought Maidana, then I'd let them, because they're going to have a big shock on the night.
Today in Manchester, Oscar De La Hoya put his weight behind Khan and insisted that the fighter has made the right move. Well, he should know. Meanwhile, there is a fight to prepare for and a fight to win, but Khan is not overly concerned about the threat posed by McCloskey.
I think the only thing about McCloskey, I think the only thing he poses is movement. I mean, you know, I don't think he punches that well, but he just has a lot of movement, a lot of skill. I mean, if he wants to move around and waste energy, I'm happy to stand there and let him dance around as much as he wants. My job is to go in there and beat him, and I can honestly say the fight will be, I will knock McCloskey out.
Southpaw as well, and he's quite awkward, they say. I mean, how have you prepared for that?
You know, I might not have fought many southpaws in my career, but, you know, I don't mind fighting southpaws. I fought a lot in the amateurs, you know, fighting the Europeans and stuff, and every southpaw I fought in the pro ranks I knocked out. Now, I only must have fought 4 or 5, but I knocked all 4 or 5 out, and McCloskey is another guy who I'm going to go in there and knock out. I don't mind fighting southpaws. That's one thing about me. I find it kind of easy dealing with southpaws. I've been sparring with the best southpaw, and you know, I think everything should be fine on the night.
Is there more pressure on you going into this fight, being that you're the heavy favourite to win and he's got absolutely nothing to lose?
You know, I always train like a challenger, and no, you know, I never go into the ring thinking, everything's on me, the money's on me, and everyone's rooting for Amir Khan. Since day one, you know, I've been this way, and I fought guys who have been training very hard. I mean, I bet McCloskey's been training under his skin for this fight, and he's going to give 100%. So I can't take this fight lightly. You know, I'm going to go into this fight and treat it like a Maidana fight, treat it like a fight against Kotelnik. Mistakes can be made, and I've made the mistakes, you know. I mean, I'm not going to make the mistakes again. My job is to go in there now and, you know, hit and not to get hit. And if I knock him out in the first round, I'm going to do that. I mean, the longer an opponent stays in front of you, the bigger threat he is.
Of course, all world title fights, well, all fights actually need two people. Yeah, they need the one guy and they need the other guy in the opposite corner. That's why it's called fighting. Otherwise, it'd be shadow boxing. Anyway, and I think some fights benefit in many ways when one is an underdog with a chance. Not just an underdog who's got no chance, like one or two opponents that both McCloskey and Amir Khan have fought in the past. But an underdog like Paul McCloskey, who has been dismissed and written off by, I think, far too many people. And when you actually look at his stats, he's a good fighter because he really can fight. And this is his dream. He thinks he can stop Khan in about 10 rounds. So we're not even talking about nicking a decision. We're talking about, yeah, I can ruin him. I can do it in 10 rounds. Fantastic. Also, and this is, I think, important, over 6,000 fans will travel from Northern Ireland for the fight. And McCloskey has vowed not to let them down. He insists that he is worthy of a tilt at Amir Khan's world title.
It just hasn't come by luck. I've worked my way up the ladder. You know what I mean? I'm 22 and 0. I won the British European titles and I vacated them to get this opportunity. You know, and say I'm here on merit, and I can't do any more than that. You know, so I'm looking forward to it. I've worked so hard. I mean, I am in the best condition of my life. I've done about 360 with my camp. You know, but I realised to take this challenge, I've got to be in the best condition possible. I have a lot of faith and belief in what I can do as a boxer, but as you know now, and you watch fighters all over the board, like all over the world, like, you know, conditioning plays a big part in it, you know, and it's not just about skill anymore, it's about fitness. I've seen many as a good fighter lose to a lesser boxer because they weren't as fit as him, you know, so I've got myself in top condition for this year and I can't wait.
And in terms of mental fitness as well, you went to see a psychologist and were told that you didn't need to.
Well, I've worked with a psychologist in the past, you know, in the amateur game, and we covered everything here. We left no stone unturned, if you know what I'm saying. So I went and met a girl one day, and she's, I don't know a lot about her, but she works with sportsmen, sports teams and all the rest, and she had a good chat with me for about 30 minutes. She basically said, to be honest, I don't think you need to talk to me anymore. I can see you're completely focused on what you're doing. You know exactly where you're going and what you want to do. So it was nice for her to say it, you know, and I felt that anyway myself, but it was good to hear coming from somebody with that kind of qualification.
A confident and understandably so McCloskey there. Now, he brings a lot of problems to the ring for Khan. He's tough. He's unbeaten, he bangs hard enough, and he's a real awkward southpaw. There are two types of southpaws. There's the guys that just lead with their right hand, who are fairly sort of straightforward, what you might call orthodox, well, that's a contradiction in terms. And then there's awkward southpaws that lean away, tread on your toe, hit you with shots you're not prepared for. And let me tell you something, McCloskey is definitely in the awkward southpaw mould, and he deserves his chance. He's absolutely right, and he believes that Khan, and I'll tell you what, I don't think he's wrong, will face a very different kind of challenge on Saturday night in the MEN ring.
I think obviously it's going to be come down to, there's going to be bravery. I think skill and ability is going to play a part too, and there's no doubt we both have loads of that. And I think it's whoever's game plan comes off the best. What I do is quite unique in a way. You know, not a lot of fighters fight like me. Amir did say that they brought on, you know, they done sparring to replicate me, but I'd be very surprised if they got somebody to actually do what I can do in there, you know what I mean? But again, if they did fair play, and that's preparation's everything, you know, but it will come down to heart, skill, everything it'll take.
And there's a long, illustrious history of the Fighting Irish, and you could be soon adding your name.
Well, again, from the feedback, from the support that I have had so far, and up until now, it's been kind of ridiculous. But it just shows you how much people back home appreciate when somebody's doing so well, you know, and like we all know, they hear the word the Fighting Irish. Everybody loves their fighters over in Ireland, you know. And I say I want to be in the history books like everybody else, you know. And to come over here now and do this here job and bring back that title home, cements me in history.
And tough times economically for the country. We've been hearing about that for so long, it seems, and this is a chance to put a smile on some faces.
Exactly. I say it's all over the world. Basically, there's an economic downfall, and that's plain to be seen, you know. But I think sports people can actually help bring communities together and help, you know, bring a wee lift to people, which is an honour, you know, and I say it's a bonus to me that I can do it.
Paul McCloskey there. Now, he fights Amir Khan. It's for the WBA Light-Welterweight title. It's on prime time. You can easily find the details. I don't need to give you the number for prime time, for Gord's sake. That would be ridiculous. I did that before. I got in trouble. Anyway, it's on Saturday night at the MEN. It's about 2 hours long. I think it'll be a hard fight. I expect Amir Khan to win. But I would be amazed if it's easy. Even if it's only 4 or 5 rounds, I think it will be hard.